crucial test in China's biggest cities that have been in virtual lockdown to keep the coronavirus from spreading. People are still taking a lot of precautions. The streets here are unusually quiet. It's a city of 23 million people. It's like small town traffic.
Breaking news. The first death from coronavirus here in the United States.
And the death toll has climbed to 9 people.
Over 500 cases and more than 20 deaths. 100 countries are now reporting cases, and Italy, one of the hardest hit, has placed millions on lockdown.
Authorities here are really urging people to wash their hands, to wear masks, and to take precautions in these crucial days.
Good morning. As you saw, I just started my day off with some of the morning things that I like to do, and I'm just recording today to, one, remember this time for myself, and also just to kind of have an entry of how today, this kind of period went, and how I was spending some of the days here in self-isolation and social distancing and things like that. This is kind of just a typical day for me during the week, a work week, where I'm working from home. So I might do another one on the weekend or some other day when I have a little bit more free time to do some things that I normally wouldn't do. So I don't have the typical isolation problem where everyone's trying to find things to do and try new things. I haven't really had a break yet to do that. I'm hoping that things will calm down some and I'll have that problem, because I love trying new things. And but I am going to put at the end of this video some ideas and things that you can do if you are struggling with finding things to do or having ideas for things to do. And because I have a lot of ideas, I just don't have time to actually do them. So hopefully I will, though, eventually. But anyways, this is just a typical day for me, and I wanted to, just hang on to a little piece of that. So without further ado, let's do this day. So we've run into a problem. No internet. That's how I do all of my teletherapy and telehealth services, so gonna work on that. Okay, it started working again. It was a Bright House issue or internet provider issue, and it's all good now. So thank goodness, because I was going to be on the internet all day. So now the sun is, well, at that point of the day, so I have to put my blinds down now because otherwise I cannot work. So here we go. Object that's strong enough to support her, because we're going to be putting her on the ball. It can be a smaller ball like hopefully that works. But it's now lunchtime. I'm done recording some of my sessions for today, and I'm really excited to eat. So I'm on my big camera right now because I was using my phone, and I'm just used to using my phone, but it's downloading a bunch of things for me to upload later. So I had to use this one, and I have no idea if it's working, but hopefully it is. I'm going to make some lunch. I made these last night. They're like pastries, but they're savory pastries. And I had actually made a little video, so I can put that in now. But after that, or while that's going, I will heat these up. I'm gonna reheat these and have these for lunch. And to reheat them, I put them in the toaster oven and just warm them up to a shade 4, which is what mine says, but it's probably like 6 minutes. Yeah, so enjoy this short animation of making these beautiful pastries. Okay, while that's cooking, I forgot that I didn't take my vitamin C this morning. Very important right now. So I'm going to take that now. And normally when I'm eating, I like to listen to a podcast and be outside some. So I don't have my phone, so I can't listen to the podcast. Therefore, I'm just going to hang out here while the food cooks and just enjoy some of the fresh air. And probably water my plants because I'm a terrible plant caregiver, a terrible plant caregiver, and I'm actually really impressed that these plants have survived at all. So let me take my vitamins. So I'll just hang out here for a little bit, wait for the food to finish, and then I'll probably go back inside and try to work some more and get through the day so that I have a chill night, hopefully. So my food's finished, and it's so nice because I pre-made these, which means it's a quick lunch, you know. So if I'm running around trying to do stuff, I don't have to stop and actually prepare a lunch, which normally I wouldn't do on a work day. Because I work out of my car, because I drive to people's homes and I don't have time to really stop and eat, so I usually just eat in between houses in my car on my way. So just keeping up routines, you know. Pause. Can you hear the sizzle? So now we just have to top it. Hard because I'm so close. Now we're just going to top it with some stuff. My two favorite toppings are the balsamic glaze and just regular honey, or any other kind of honey, just to add a little bit of a sweetness to the savory. And but you can use any kind of seasoning that you want. Get crazy. So it's kind of a light snack because I don't typically like to eat heavy during the day. I usually have a light breakfast and a very light lunch. I'm more of a small meals throughout the day kind of person more than a big meal. However, I always tend to overeat at dinner time, so don't follow my nutritional expertise because it's non-existent. But I'm just telling you, just keeping it real. That's how I am. It's definitely a habit I'm trying to break as far as overeating at nighttime, but it's more just because, not because I'm extra hungry or anything, it's just that's the time where I'm actually sitting down, focusing on eating, and it's more of a, the time where I'm with family or friends or, you know, and I just don't think too much about it. I'm just like eating, like, oh, this is good. Keep it going, keep it coming. So, but during the day, I'm more focused and I think more about my choices and what I'm doing. So I feel like I'm healthy all through the day until dinner time, and then gets away from me. So I'm gonna go eat my yummy foods, and for my drink, I have just a mango tea. I can't show you, but it's delicious. And yeah, that's it. So after this, I'm just gonna get back to work. So I'll meet you a little bit later. Okay, so the day is nearing the end. I finished all of my videos, and I've done all of my live sessions. I just am waiting on one more piece of information that I have to send out, and it's taking a while to upload. So that, I don't know, hopefully it won't take too much longer. But while it's doing that, I think I'm going to get outside and just be outside. I'm one of those people that has to go outside every single day and really absorb the fresh air and be in nature. It's kind of very therapeutic for me to do so. So I'm probably just gonna go for a walk or maybe a bike ride, and you know, keep my distance from people. People are pretty respectful around here, so if I'm walking, they'll cross the street, or you know, not in a mean way, but just because of the times. So yeah, that's probably what I'll do. And yeah, so this is what's going on my computer right now. So yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any other updates. Mike got home, and he's been home for about an hour and a half now, and yeah, I mean, that's about it. So not too exciting here, social distancing, but that's how it goes. So yeah, I'll update you a little bit later on what we get up to after, you know, the day officially ends, so we can relax. I'm ready to take off the shirts and go for a walk and just be free. So, change of plans. I was going to go for a walk, but my brother is coming over to pick up a TV. He normally wouldn't come over. We're trying to maintain distance, but his TV broke, and I mean, social isolation and no TV, that's a bad combination, especially when you're my brother who enjoys his entertainment and, you know, plays video games and does all kinds of stuff on his TV. So yeah, anyways, I don't want him without his TV. But so he's going to come over. He's not going to stay long. He's just picking it up and going. He's not even really coming inside. We put the TV out on the foyer, and I'm just going to grab it and help him put it in his car. But other than that, yeah, not much else going on. But I wanted to put off my walk until he came and got that so that I'd be here. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'll get my walk tonight, because if it's too late, I don't want to go by myself at nighttime. But who knows, maybe Mike will go with me. Sometimes he does. And if not, then you know, I think I'll just hang out outside for a little bit until my brother gets here. My brother, by the way, is the same brother that I host a podcast with. We have a podcast called No Kidding Podcast. A little plug there. And it's a lot of fun. It's just very laid back and candid talk, and yeah, it's it's kind of has a little bit of a focus and a concise theme at the beginning, but we always end up going off on random tangents, and so it's more of just a back and forth conversation that goes off into many directions. So if you're into that, and it's pretty, it's very laid back, we joke around. I consider it more on the comedy side than the serious side. So yeah, and who knows what kind of topics we get into each time, but sometimes they relate to each other and sometimes they don't. But if you're into that and you like that kind of stuff and you just are bored and want some people to listen to in your ear, give it a shot. Maybe you'll like it. So yeah, that's my plan for tonight. Just waiting for him to come pick up the TV, and then hopefully I'll still get a walk-in tonight because I love doing that. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Actually, while I'm waiting for him to come, I was just gonna get a little snack, but I wanted to show you. I just hung this up in my bathroom not that long ago, maybe like a month ago, but ever since I did that, I've just been loving it. I love just having this vibe here. I don't know. So if you have a space in your bathroom and you like to hang a picture or something, but you want to do something a little bit different, I highly recommend this idea because I love it. I'm trying to show like a actual, I don't know. Well, there's my, it lets in a lot of the light too. So you can see, I don't know. So whenever I'm standing here at the sink, I just can see it and I like it. And I also got this one over here. I'll show you. To hang above my chair. And this one has like different plants and a candle. I just really like it. It brings the nature in. So I just thought I'd share that, and I feel kind of like bored, which never happens. I feel kind of like I don't know what to do because I don't have a lot of time to get involved in anything. But I don't just want to sit here. So I think I'm going to just read some of my book, which I haven't been able to do yet. So this is nice. And just do that until he shows up. And so, yeah.
The TV? Or
Yeah.
is this just your entryway TV?
Yeah, it's just what people watch when they come in.
Hey!
Hey.
Listen and watch for a new episode when it's there.
Mm-hmm. No Kidding Podcast.
No Kidding Podcast.
The host together.
I'm Lisa. This is
I'm
Andrew.
And
Now you can see us in person.
I'm gonna flip our voices around, so.
We're never together. We record apart, so this is a rare sighting.
Yeah, this is a recording though, so technically you can't say we never record apart or together.
we're different sizes, so.
No, we're not. This is just like, in The Hobbit?
No.
It's forced perspective.
Oh. No, he's so small. All right. You heard it here first. Bye. Time to do laundry. Yay. And TV. Hi, it is now the next day. I apologize. Well, basically, I don't remember the last thing that happened, but I think I was folding laundry and watching a show. And then we ate dinner, and dinner was kind of a fiasco because we actually ordered some food. And so right now we are watching the, what's it called? Tiger King. It's a documentary about this guy who owns a tiger. I mean, I think he calls it a sanctuary, but pretty sure it's just like a zoo, but not an official zoo. It's his own zoo. And then it talks about him and his kind of feuds with surrounding other zoos that are similar to him. And it's just such a crazy documentary. Obviously they're doing their job. If every episode you're wowed and surprised and just want to keep watching. So it is disturbing, and there's a lot of feelings that will come up for a lot of people, and it's a very interesting show, and I mean, it's entertaining, so I kind of recommend it, I guess. I like that kind of stuff, just documentaries and unusual people and shows and stuff, so I recommend. But anyways, so I just wanted to end this video, and it's taking forever, of course. So I'm trying to think if there was anything else that we did before bed. We did discuss a little bit about, kind of at length really, about the situation currently, because my boyfriend is having to go to work every day still. And our not our county, but the county next to us has done a lockdown, and it starts tomorrow actually. And so for the entire day, nobody can go outside unless it's for an essential reason. And so it's getting more and more dire and more strict and all of that. And his job is still running, and he's still having to go out, and he works in people's homes also. So it's of a concern. And so we were just discussing that concern and weighing the different, things that go along with that. We're worrying about money, worrying about the business that he works for, worrying about the people that he's going to be in contact with, and then, coming home with who knows what. So we just talked at length about that, some things that he might want to bring up, that talk to other coworkers about, and things like that, just so that everybody's on the same page and is being safe, and possibly thinking about alternate methods so that everyone's protected. So that was kind of, that took a while. So that's another reason why I forgot to pick up the camera. I mean, that wasn't very interesting, and it was a personal talk. So yeah, so I'm trying to think, is there anything else? And then I just got on TikTok for a while. That place is so addicting. Yeah, I used to think it was so silly for a long time when it first came out. I actually got it pretty early on, before it was called TikTok. I forget what it was called, but it was called something else, and then it changes its name to TikTok. And so I had it, and I liked some of the videos, because it's like Vine, if anybody's old enough to remember Vine. I'm sure you are. I mean, it was around for a long time. But and so I like that aspect of it. I like the creativity of it. But of course, there's an onslaught of just dumb stuff, like silly videos that like, what? So every now and then I'll come in a feed and I'm like, oh. But for the most part, it's just so addicting, especially now during this crisis and everything. People are getting so creative, and if you don't have TikTok and you think it's silly and stupid, you're missing out. Like, just try it. Just try it. And it's also because I think when you first sign up, you get the most liked and popular videos, and a lot of those are just people being vain and doing, like, I don't know, not creative or fun, interesting things. But
so y'all wanna know who I think is so slept on? TikTok artists. I'll be scrolling through my For You page and come across somebody making an absolute masterpiece. But then I'll also see that video didn't get nearly as enough love as the next one of the shirtless boy doing nothing. I don't wanna see that shit. I like to see things that exemplify talent and skill.
Keep at it, do some searches, look for, like, funny videos, or look up different hashtags that might interest you, because there's artists on there, there's doctors on there, there's lots of creative people. I mean, there's just random people doing funny things, and yeah. And I mean, I would say out of all of the videos, the dancing videos are not my favorite videos, but some of those are actually really, really good and fun. And because I used to dance, I like the idea of learning a dance, like these dances keep trending and stuff. So that part, a lot of people don't like that. I mean, I do like it, but there is so much more on there than that. That's kind of like, an extra bonus for me, those videos, because they're fun, but they're not the number one thing that I go to see when I go in there. I don't know. There's also a lot of pet videos and people doing things with their pets. I don't know. You should check it out. It's really kind of cool. But it is addicting. I have to warn you. I'm pretty sure I was on there for like 30 minutes straight, just looking one video after the next. My arm's getting tired. So look, don't touch me. I'm weak. I need to do more workouts. That is something that I wish I could have more time to do. I'm pretty sure I was on there for like 30 minutes straight, and being home. I can do a video. I usually work out. That's another thing that I did that I forgot to film was I use this app called 7 Minute app, and it's just a 7-minute video, and you can do you could play it multiple times, so it can be 7 minutes or 14 minutes or whatever if you want to keep doing your round over and over again. But I love that one because it's short and sweet and gets your heart pumping. And I do that I usually do that right after my yoga, but I didn't do that yesterday, so I did it later in the day and I actually forgot to film that. But just as like, you know, a quick exercise in between stuff to get your heart pumping. I recommend that. So yeah, I guess that's it, guys. I don't know when the next video will come. I'm kind of not a consistent poster, and that's because I have other things going on. But check out our podcast if you want to hang out, and my Instagram and stuff. I don't know, but I love you guys, and thank you for your support and always checking in on me. And if you want to find out if I post again, just have to ring the bell because it's not consistent, and you'll just have to get notified when I do. If I could talk, when I do post. And I desperately need to go drink something. Ugh. I'm not getting sick. I promise you. I'm not. I don't feel sick in any way. It's just a dry throat. Okay, so have a great day, guys. Bye. Actually, that's one question that I do want to pose to everyone here that maybe you can answer in the comments below, is if you are a introvert or an extrovert or somewhere in between, how is this really affecting you? Is it like the best thing ever or is it the worst thing ever? I was talking to someone the other day about this, and being an introvert, this is actually not the worst thing for me. Obviously, I'm fine with being home alone, and I'm fine with being, away from people. But I do know that there's a lot of extroverts out there that are struggling. And I'm going to say this with the most compassion possible, because in no way am I happy that they're having to deal with, and if you are an extrovert, that you are having to deal with this situation of having to be confined away from other people. But I do find it to be an interesting role shift, and that a lot of times introverts are expected to go out every day and navigate being around people all the time, and now extroverts are being put in a situation where they're having to navigate not being around people all of the time. So it's kind of a new perspective, and maybe a way for a lot of these differing personalities to kind of bridge a gap and learn more about each other, and maybe even understand more about the way each other feels. And I know for me, and I don't know if a lot of other introverts out there have felt this, but I've had people even come up and tell me, that this is in your mind. There's no such thing as introvert, extrovert. You're thinking of it wrong. If you could just change your mindset, then you'll be able to be filled and fueled by people and being around people all of the time. If you just can see the benefit of that, then you won't have that feeling of needing to escape or not needing to not be around people a lot of times. And I actually took that to heart, and I thought, oh, maybe there is something wrong with the way I'm thinking. Maybe there's something wrong with me. For a long time I thought, why is it hard for me to be around people? And while I'm a huge advocate for mindset, and that's helpful and beneficial in so many ways, I feel like it needs to be used somewhat responsibly, and not in a way to change who you truly are, I guess. And there's like a delicate balance there. And so I don't have the answer or no. I'm curious to know what you guys think. So if you have thoughts on that, please comment below. I'm interested to hear. And yeah, I just hope that we can all get along, and maybe these big shifts in life and our history and our environments can help to shed light on other people and what they've had to face. And so it can just change perspective and give perspective. And yeah, so anyway, let me know what you think.
Oh.